it's Steve, and we're back here at the Career Success Academy. We're glad that you came back. We've got a video today unlike any of the other videos we've had so far. In other videos, we've talked about how to get to the point where the organization that you are applying for, that you interviewed for, now sends you an email that says, "We want you. You're hired. Congratulations." But this is the start of a very stressful time for you, and we're going to discuss why. What do? Accept the offer? Reject the offer? Or is it finally time to negotiate? And yes, it is. Give you that punchline first. We're going to discuss how to negotiate and what you should do today in this video. Before we do that, please take a moment to like this video and to share this video. Subscribe to our channel to get more information just like this. Because here at the Career Success Academy, we're interested in helping you advance in your career to get that next job opportunity. So let's get started. Talking about what to do when you get an email that says, "Congratulations, we want you." And it sends a shiver up your back. You're still interviewing at other places. You're still interested in other positions. What do you tell these people? Well, one of the things that we have to talk about here is what exactly will you be negotiating about? Because these days you're just not negotiating about compensation, benefits packages. You're also talking about location. Think about this. Do they want you in the office? Can you work remotely? Is it a hybrid position? Do they want you in the office 3 days a week and it's a 40-mile commute each way? What's that worth to you? And what about that salary? What if they offered you less than you're looking for? Or just a little bit more than you're looking for, but you're interviewing at other places where you might be able to make more money? What else might you be negotiating about? Well, and think of it this way. Is it a walk-away situation? Are you just going to flat out reject something? And the answer to that should be no. You should be talking to these people, negotiate. And if you get frustrated with that, then it's time maybe to walk away. So, what do you do if they send you that email? Well, short version, you want to schedule a time to talk to them. It could be a video conversation. It could be a phone conversation. But the one thing you really want to avoid doing, if you can, is to negotiate by email or negotiating by text message. So see if you can schedule a time, and we'll talk about We'll talk more about that in a moment. I can talk. But you also want to go over the points that you want to discuss once you're able to schedule a meeting. They may schedule a meeting for tomorrow. They're excited about talking to you. So before you respond back to that email, make sure that you can set up a time to rehearse, to go over your talking points. And it's important for you to be able to rehearse this not only in your own head, but to write down those talking points and to practice those talking points on another set of human ears. Don't just talk to the dog or the cat. So that you get feedback from them. Are you making good, solid discussion points? Then you want to think about how you're presenting this. Are you confident? Confident in yourself, your abilities, what you're asking for? Are you asking for too much money? Or are they just not offering enough money? Do you have certain expenses for commuting, for gasoline, etc.? The other thing to consider in this whole process is that never, ever, ever forget to express your gratitude, your appreciation, whether you're going to accept or reject this position. Your gratitude for them extending you the offer of employment. You start with gratitude, you finish with gratitude, no matter how the conversation transpires. It's very important. And then the last thing I want you to practice, the last thing I want you to think of are the tough questions that they're going to ask you when you're presenting the fact that you want more money or you want to be in the office less days a week or 0 days a week or whatever it is that you're negotiating for. So we're going to start and talk about all this. I've got like 20 pages of notes. We're not going to go through all of them, but we have a lot of notes. So start by thinking about what you have to offer to that company. Did they give you any clues at all in the interviews, in the email that they sent you on your value to their team, to their company, to the department, or in all of the above? Did they give you any clues ahead of time as to how often they're going to want you in the office? Did they give you any clues if one of the things that they like about you is your level of experience, your level of expertise, maybe certain certificates? All of these are great negotiating points. At this point in time, at this moment, they sent you an email saying, hey, we agree with you. You're going to be a great fit for our team. And believe me, they know if they're offering you too little or they're offering you more than they normally would. So you're working within a very narrow range here. But the big question is that way back when we said, don't negotiate now. And then we said, you're in an interview. It's not a contract situation. Don't negotiate when you're just interviewing for a job. The question is this the right time to negotiate? And the answer is yes. You agree, they agree, you're a great fit for this job. But the big question is, are you willing to take this job knowing that you're waiting to hear from other organizations? One of the things you can do is to ask for more time to be able to respond back to their job offer. And when I say ask for more time, I'm talking about a reasonable time, like another week, next week, Friday. You're setting their level of expectation, but you're also setting the expectation that they're not your first choice. If you were their first choice, the first thing you would do is suggest a time, and I'm suggesting you do this, to speak with them. Do your negotiating as quickly as possible. Because again, you might get other job offers, you may not get other job offers. But you want to know where you stand with this particular firm. So go through your points, if you will, of why you think you're a great asset for this particular organization. Prepare the talking points. Schedule the time to discuss those talking points. Rehearse with other human beings. Make sure that your talking points are logical. Make sure you're comfortable. Let me just pause here for a second. Negotiating money is something that makes us all uncomfortable. And you have to know going in what you're willing to accept and what you're not willing to accept. If they're offering you, $10 and you want $15, are you willing to compromise at $12? Know what you're willing to accept or not willing to accept. If you If they're offering you $8 and you need a minimum of $10 to make your bills, you're not going to accept an offer for $8. But you better be telling them that here's what I need and here's why I need it, so that they can factor that into their part of the negotiations. I mentioned before to lead with gratitude. What I really want to talk about now, and the final topic here before we go to a little recap, is what are the questions they're going to want to know from you? And they can ask you. These are the tough questions. You have to be prepared to answer. So let's say, my example, they offered you $10. You want $15. And before I said, are you willing to settle at $12? Well, before I'm even willing to consider going higher than $10, I'm the employer now. I want to know a couple of 2-3 things. I want to know, if I offer you more money, are you going to turn around and say no? Are we your number one choice? Are we the company? If we meet your needs, are you going to come work for us? I want to know that. That's a tough question. Are you willing to commit to that in that meeting? Okay, and again, it could be a virtual meeting. It could be a phone call. Are you willing to commit? The second tough question is, I want to know, you have other offers pending? Are you playing me against somebody else? So if I agree to pay you 12 or 14 or 15, are you going to turn around and ask for more because you're going to tell me that maybe that you have another company that's offering you more? I'm not playing that game. See, this is a tough question. You have to be prepared for that. And then I want to know, if I do give you more salary, if I give you more compensation, will you accept my offer on the spot? I paused because you have to have an answer for that. All right. So let's take a moment, a deep breath, and let's recap. question, coming back from the recap, is how flexible are you? I mean, really, how flexible are you willing to be for all the topics we talked about before that we just recapped? There is a middle ground between accepting and rejecting the offer. And this is important because, in this day and age, how much risk are you willing to accept? How flexible are you going to be? What is that take it or walk away point for you? And you should know that up front. What does the intangibles, what does this job opportunity offer to you that may make this particular opportunity attractive to you? And what is that worth to you in a trade-off for compensation or going into that office a little bit more often? What am I talking about? I'm talking about learning some new stuff. I'm talking about maybe you have more responsibility. It's a good career step for you. One of the things we haven't talked about is whether or not this particular opportunity represents a job for you or a career move for you. How desperate are you? How confident are you of getting other offers? Is this the type of position where you want to stay for the next 18 months, 3 years, or 30 years? Only you can answer these ideas, because at this point they're all concepts. Again, how flexible are you willing to be when you're considering the intangibles that go into making your decision? This is a big, big, big decision. How confident are you in your ability to negotiate whatever it is you're trying to negotiate? That's why I said practice, rehearse, be smooth, be comfortable. Make your points of where your value is to this organization. They're agreeing with you. They're making you the offer. And keep in mind that you are, at this moment in time, their first choice. Now, you might be the 12th choice. 11 other people may have turned this down. You don't know. But at this moment in time, you're their top choice. They're making you the offer. They want you. Great feeling. But before we celebrate, we have to negotiate. So the last two things I wrote on this piece of paper is be ready. Be ready for the tough questions. Be ready to make your case and know in advance what you're willing to accept and what you're not willing to accept. And the last piece of advice I will give in this particular video is do not be afraid to ask for a period of time, a week, a couple of days, whatever is appropriate, to think about things. No one is making you decide on the spot. You can be firm when you tell people that, I'll give you an answer on Friday or a week from Friday. You're in control of that. And at this point, they've committed to you, and they're not going to just rescind that offer if they're giving you an offer for you to consider. No one said that this was going to be easy. No one said that there's no stress involved. But there's so many factors in your world that I don't know about. My conversations over the weekend dealt with their particular stress factors. What I'm saying to you is this is a topic that's critically important to you. Focus in on it in advance. Because when the time comes and you get that email that says, "We want you," you have to be as ready as possible at that moment in time. You have to know what to do. Thank you for watching this video. We're glad that you are here. Please like and subscribe to our channel. Like the video. Comment below if you will. If you have any questions, I'll be certain to answer those questions. My name is Steve, and this is the Career Success Academy. We'll look forward to seeing you on our next video. Take care. Bye-bye.